So when you take the stand of the body-mind, you are taking the wrong stand. That is why Vedanta Sara says, your stand only is wrong. So obviously your inference that there is no time in deep sleep is wrong. Reality is that there is time in deep sleep. Reality, there is time in deep sleep. Falsity, there is no time in deep sleep. Why do I believe in the falsity that there is no time in deep sleep? Because I take the stand of body and mind. I am from the waking state. As the waker, I am looking at the deep sleep state and I am saying, no, there is no time. There is nothing there. Why am I saying that? My position is wrong, he's saying. So because I've taken the position of the body and mind, my whole perspective is wrong. When will my perspective become correct? When I move my position from the body-mind to the space of awareness in which the body-mind has arisen. Recognize the space of awareness as the permanent I. The body-mind is impermanent. It has only arisen for some time. It will disappear very soon. And it is everybody's experience. The moment I go into dream state, where is the body? Do I even recognize the pain in my legs or the pain in my stomach, or even if I'm suffering from COVID and I'm thinking I'm going to die? Is the body there? No, it's gone. There is no physical body. So the stand of being the waker, of being the body-mind personality in the waking state, that stand itself is wrong. So he says, shake out from this wrong belief. It's a wrong belief. It's a wrong idea that you are carrying. And that is why everything seen from that wrong perspective is wrong. Very clear? That's why he says, you've seen a deep sleep from the wrong perspective. That is why number one reason you are wrong. That is why you are wrong. You say there is no time there, but that is your misunderstanding. Yeah. From the stand of the space of awareness, there is no time. Yes, correct. Just like you are seeing this as a bottle, you are seeing again from the perspective of being the body-mind. That's why you see this as a bottle. When you take that stand of not looking at the name and form and function, then you see, no, the reality it is glass. Yeah. For another example, you take your bangle to the jeweler and you say, oh, my darling gave me this bangle. It is very dear to me, but I have to sell it. You give me a lot of money. Jeweler says, I don't care about your emotion attached to this. I don't care about the story you have created about this. For me, this is not even a bangle. For him, what is it? What is the reality? Gold. He will just look at today's rate of gold and he'll give you gold. That much money back for the gold. How much ever you say, oh, it was my darling's gift to me, it is very dear to me, it was given on this auspicious day, it doesn't make sense to him. For him, what is reality? Gold. Do you see where I'm going? Yes, reality, glass. Similarly, reality, awareness. Nothing outside my space of awareness is, was, or will be. So everything that is only nama rupa vyavhara, name, form, and function. Every arising is nothing but name, form, and function. I forget my stand of space of awareness. I look at the arising. I get entangled and consumed in it because I've forgotten I'm awareness. Then I create stories and I create my own suffering and I am trapped. When I take that correct stand of the space of awareness, I see reality. Yes? Now I see it is not bottle or bowl or dish, it is glass. Now I see it is not necklace, it is not ring, it is gold. Now I see it is not husband, wife, creation, source of pain, source of joy. No, it is all my own awareness. Okay. So in Nada Yoga, they start beginners with chant Om. After you chant Om, the mind kind of relaxes because your body mind frequency starts vibrating at the same frequency of the creation. There's a stillness experienced, which we all experience. That's why we all love to chant Om and have done these meditations before. But it's a very temporary kind of a thing. Why? That sync of your body mind vibration with the vibration of the creation lasts a very short time. In that time, if you're alert, aware, you will catch it. If you catch it, the next step is now hold on to it. Let go of Om. Yeah, it's a process of niti again. We are letting go of Om. We hold on to this sound. Now we make an attempt to be with this Nad throughout the day. Yeah, however dramatic the situation is, can I hear it? It's not hearing it, but for lack of better words in English, you say, can you hear it? That's not really what you're doing. You're recognizing a frequency. So you recognize it in drama, amidst problems at home, amidst everything. Then when you become adept at it, then the teacher tells you, okay, now that you have been able to recognize it throughout the day, now make an attempt that towards the end of the day, when you're lying down, you reject all thoughts, all ideas, and just hold on to that sound and go to sleep. When you move from the waking into dreaming, first see, can you recognize it? There are some people who can recognize even in the dream state. Those who have done samadhi practices are adept at recognizing it in the deep sleep state. Remember now, Mandukya is the highest level. So it was taught to people who had done years and years of samadhi practice. So these people are adept. They recognize, oh, I get it. I know this already. I just didn't know this is what it is called. The yogis who meditated and can maintain that recognition in the deep sleep state, even Maharaj has said it, Nisargadatta Maharaj. If you remember his statement, he said that, I know that the body and mind are asleep. Yes, you remember that statement of his? Yeah. So the people who have reached that state of maintaining that awareness, even in deep sleep state, recognize the volcanic movements under the surface. That is how they know, and that is how it was written in Vedanta Sar. It is between the two volcanic movements. Movements have been recognized by sages. They can be recognized by you if you are antarmukhi enough. Okay, what is unconscious awareness? First, you tell me that. Then I will answer your question. What is unconscious awareness? My God, you created your own dictionary. Doesn't exist. If awareness is unconscious, then it's not awareness at all. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You are lost in a jungle of words. You are lost in philosophy. If you're seriously interested, prove it. Complete Advaita level 1, level 2. You'll get invited to Gurukulam. And you will learn all this experientially.
Once you start your journey, the first is you think you're the body mind. Then you step back a little bit and you start recognizing you, the awareness in the waking state. When you start realizing and become firmly established in the awareness in the waking state, then you start seeing that the dream state is now arising and falling also in that awareness. So you are the awareness watching the waking state, you are the awareness watching the dream state, and then you are the awareness watching the deep sleep state. That awareness, which is vibrating and dynamic during the waking state, is the same in the dream state, is the same in the deep sleep state. There is it's just one screen. There is no arising and falling of the awareness because it is the substratum. The substratum cannot arise and fall, otherwise it would not be the substratum.